Gotta keep them separated. Separated. Hey! The man you're disrespecting me. Take him out. You gotta keep them separated. Hey! Don't pay no mind. We're under 18 and won't be doing any time. Hey! Come out and play. Separated. Hey! Man, you're talking back to me. Take him out. You gotta keep them separated. Hey! Pay no mind. You're under 18, you won't be doing any time. Hey! Come out and play. Separated. Hey! Man, you're disrespecting me. Take him out. Gotta keep them separated. Hey!
Hey Potters fans, are you ready for some Pacific Empire League action? Let's send it up to the booth to get you ready for today's action, right here on Stone's Broadcast Networks.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great evening of Lincoln Potters baseball, and especially great evening, actually, since tonight the Potters open Pacific Empire League play by welcoming one of the signature names in Summer League baseball, the Humboldt Crabs. My name, Mark the Phantom Lowe, here with engineer Chris Toy to bring you all the action in Game 1 of this historic three-game series. Lincoln finished their early summer season at an impressive 15-2. Manager Tyler Robertson is hoping that hot start is just a sign of things to come. He sends right-hander Adon Perez to the mound today, so let's start things up, if we can, Chris Toy, by taking a look at the Crabs' batting lineup that Adon Perez will face. He'll start it off with Jet Ruby, the second baseman. Billy Ham hitting over 400, batting third. Javier Felix leads the team with 4 home runs in the early going. He bats fifth, and then Troy Harding batting sixth. Rivera, Kennedy, and McKiernan round out the starting lineup for the Humboldt Crabs, and we're just about ready to go in this one. Adon Perez from Cal State Northridge out of Modesto, California. 2-0 on the season, 9 innings pitched, no earned runs, 12 strikeouts, 4 walks. He's given up only 5 hits. And he will face Jet Ruby, Colin Callahan, and Billy Ham to start off the first inning as we start off Pacific Empire League play. It started against the Mudcats have played the West Coast Kings twice. The Mudcats winning both of those games, but tonight it is here. The Potters taking on the Crabs, and then up in Healdsburg, the Prune Packers entertaining the Medford Rogues. After 3 games in each spot, the teams will change, and so the Rogues will come down here, and the Crabs will go up to Healdsburg to start off this series. Healdsburg an impressive 8-0 in their preseason as well, as they always are. So it's going to be another great league. It's going to be a fantastic bunch of matchups here with the Crabs and the Rogues and the Prune Packers, Mudcats, and the West Coast Kings as the ball is thrown around the infield. Not quite well, so let's get that out of our system before we start this one. Perez will take on Ruby. Ruby hitting at .391 just from Fresno State University. And he has 4 runs batted in, left-handed hitter. And we're ready to go here. Great crowd out here on a Tuesday night to open up Pacific Empire League play. It's a 2 for Tuesday thanks to Loomis Basin Brewery. And they're taking care of that. We already had happy hour from gates open till right when Adon throws this pitch. And that will be the end of happy hour, sorry to say. And that's foul down the left field line, out of play. And we are underway Pacific Empire League play. Mark the Phantom Low here with you. Chris Toy to my left. The great Willie Preston on the microphone doing the PA as he always does. And, Carson and Jason are doing the interning. And they're trying to be helpful, so hopefully they will be. Nia's up here, too. She's tried to send me some photos of me throwing the first pitch out last week, and I didn't get them. And I was wondering. She said, I sent them to the wrong number. So there's someone out there in the world that has pictures of me throwing out a first pitch, and you're welcome. Popped up, center field coming on, Cole Eaton. And that is 1 out here as we start the top of the first Pacific Empire League play. Ruby is out on a fly ball to center. Let's take a look, Chris, if we can, at that defensive alignment. We saw Eaton in center. Cole Dillon's over in left tonight. Jacob Doyle back in right. Tandy Johnson Freethy back in the lineup, and Hudson Brown at first. Andrew Sloan behind the plate, and Adon Perez is on the mound with 1 out. And here's Colin Callahan out of Westmont College, the shortstop. Takes a breaking ball, and it's in there for a strike, hitting .222 so far. 10 games on the slate so far for Humboldt. They were 2 out of 3 in their first series against the Seals. There's a pop-up right side giving chase. Sloan giving chase Hudson Brown, and it is out of play. Into those fancy seats down there by the first base dugout. Everybody just getting settled in to VIP, the Kiln area, looking pretty packed tonight on a Tuesday. A 2 for Tuesday again. 0-2 now on Callahan. It's a chopper down to third. That is a foul ball, I believe, but it goes over to first. Nice play at Tandy at third base. Throws over there on a hop. Gets him at first base. Doesn't count. So remember that. As the ball called foul by the umpire. I think he took a look. I don't know if he can make that play. So he said foul ball. And then Jake surprised him. So it stays 0-2 on Callahan. Billy Ham on deck. 424 for the season so far for the Crabs. There's a chopper out to second base, handled on the big hop by J.R. Freethy. Kind of lofts it over to first base in time for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down for the Crabs, and here comes Billy Ham out of University of Nevada, Reno. 424 with 8 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter playing at first base tonight for the Crabs. Big breaking balls high and outside. Starts it off at 1-0. Javier Felix, the cleanup man who leads the team with 4 home runs in early season play on deck. Impressive 19 runs batted in as well. That misses outside, so it's quickly 2-0 on Billy Ham. Throws that one and it's down low. So Ham quickly out ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Swings at the 3-0, hits it to the right of the first baseman into right field for a base hit. Nice try by Hudson Brown over there, but couldn't reach it, and Ham has himself a single. First hit of the ball game goes to Billy Ham, and that'll bring up Javier Felix out of Cal State Monterey Bay. 4 home runs, 19 runs batted in, and an average of .385. So good numbers all around for Felix. He has 11 games under his belt. Takes the fastball, and it's a strike. Javier playing at third base today. 3 doubles and 4 home runs. Good lead at first by Ham. That's fouled out of play, so Perez quickly ahead of Felix. 0-2 here in the top of the first. Just underway. Victor Castaneda is on deck. Just underway here at McBean Stadium. A very good Tuesday night crowd. Beckoned by the thought of 2-for-1 beer, of course, but also by the first game of the Pacific Empire League. 0-2. Sails the high fastball all the way back to the screen, and going to second base will be Billy Ham on the wild pitch. So he is in scoring position with 2 outs. Now a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Javier Felix. Padres 15-2 in their preseason play. They'll have a couple of non-league games as well after we start league play, right around the 4th of July, I think. But mostly it's league all the way down from here on in outside, 2-2. Evens up 2-2 on Felix. Slightly open stance from the right side against Perez, who checks the runner at second base. 2-2 is outside. Good block by Andrew Sloan. So it's 3-2 now after being 0-2 after 2 pitches. Padres trying to get out of the top of the first inning of the first league game with no damage. Got the first 2 out, a fly ball to center field, a ground ball to second base. Ham with the single, now in the wild pitch. And that's how we got where we are. Breaking ball outside. Good take by Felix. That one had a lot of movement on it. He let it go. He's at first base. First walk issued by Perez, and Victor Castaneda is going to be the hitter. 325 for Victor, 3 home runs and 10 runs batted in out of Cal State San Marcos. Playing out in left field. Left-handed hitter against Perez, and now with 2 on and 2 out. Crowd was getting ready to see some Padres bat, and all of a sudden it's stalled a little bit here. Johnson coming in behind the runner at second. First pitch is a little bit high, I suppose. One 1-0. Technology seems to indicate it was closer than I had anticipated to being a strike, so 1-0. That one is in there for a call strike. 1-1. Troy Harding's the DH. He's batting in the 6th spot. He is on deck for the Crabs. Right now it's all about Castaneda. Ham with a lead at second base. Swing and a miss. Took something off that one, it looked like. Down around 79 for Perez. Felix at first, of course, not being held on. 1-2 now on Castaneda. Andrew Sloan behind the plate for Lincoln. Flashing the signs out to Perez. Here's the 1-2. A little bit too high. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. So it keeps the drama going at 2-2. Looks like Nolan Thebe is on foul ball retrieval duty tonight, and he's a quick one. He takes up where Logan Bell used to be. And Logan a little bit old, a little bit, longer in the tooth now. So Nolan comes out and sets the early pace. Even on Castaneda, 2-2. Swung on and foul down the right field line, out of play over by where the parking lot Potters usually hang out. They are firmly into the front row, though. The game already started. No, nothing on the grill tonight. They've already given us a couple of really good ones this year. The ribs night was just incredible. Last week was a more low-key slider kind of potato salad, a lot of fruit, very healthy. Perfect for the hot day. 2-2 pitch. That's got to be strike 3, and it is. So Perez gets the call finally, and one run, no runs, one hit, two left. We go to the bottom of the first. Crabs nothing. Potters coming to bat.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Back here for the bottom of the first, Sean Carey is the pitcher for the Humboldt Crabs, the left-hander out of Sacramento State University. We'll take the line, and let's take a look at the lineup that Mr. Carey will be facing Chris Toy. And it starts off with J.R. Freethy back in the lineup. At the top of the lineup, Hudson Brown in third. Jake Tandy still over 500 for the season in the cleanup spot. J.T. Weldon has come on as of late. He's hitting fifth. Jacob Doyle back in the lineup sixth, and it's rounded out by Andrew Sloan behind the plate. And batting ninth, Don Perez on the hill. He got through the first inning. A little bit rocky there. Gave up a hit, gave up a walk, but got the call, third strike on Castaneda, who had a couple of pitches that looked like they could have been called strikes and finally rung them up. So Carey, who's thrown 9 innings so far, this is his fourth appearance, second start. He has no record, ERA of just 2, 12 strikeouts, 2 walks, and he's allowed 8 hits in those 9 innings. So the left-hander has been impressive so far this season for the Humboldt Crabs. And he will take on J.R. Freethy, Cole Eaton, and Hudson Brown, the first 3 for the Potters, as the ball goes down to second base, thanks to Ethan Rivera behind the plate. And we're getting ready to go. First at bat for the Potters in Pacific Empire League play. The first defensive stance was a little shaky for a second there, but ended up all right. Everybody ended up happy. And here's J.R. out of Nevada Reno. And J.R. also coming to us from Rockland, California, just down the way there. I mean, he can literally just, well, he can't walk. He can drive to the games. I mean, he doesn't have to take mass transit or anything. Carries first pitch right down the middle for a strike at 87 miles an hour. So the left-hander starts us off 0-1 to J.R. Freethy, who's hitting at .428 for the summer, 9 of 21. Scored 8 runs. That one is inside. That's an off-speed pitch from the left-hander. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bounce houses in full swing. Both of them, the old traditional one and the new one, both getting good play. You should have seen it on Disney night. Chris Toy, incredible. High fastball, 2-1. Had a good representation in Disney night. We had Tinkerbell, we had Elsa from Frozen, we had, of course, Snow White, and we had somebody else. No dwarfs, no Aladdin or Genie or anything like that. Freethy takes high, ball 3, 3-1. I can't remember the fourth one now, and it was a critical one too. Ah, boy. Oh, it was Alice in Wonderland. That's who it was. And it's a white rabbit. She was carrying a white rabbit around. Yeah. Popped up right side, giving chase to first baseman Ham in foul territory, looking around. And did he make the catch? He did make the catch. So he stayed with it, almost got him at the end, but he makes the catch. And Freethy is out on the foul ball to start it. And with Cole Eaton coming to the plate, let's take a look at that defensive alignment for the Humboldt Crabs. That was the first baseman, Billy Ham, who made that catch. Jet Ruby is at second base. Colin Callahan is at shortstop. It's Felix at third, Castaneda in left, McKiernan in center, Kennedy in right, and Ethan Rivera behind the plate for the Humboldt Crabs. And here's Cole Eaton. 3:05 for Cole. Off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. There's our defensive alignment. Pretty much the way I said it. I think I was pretty accurate, but now it's official with Ham, Ruby, Callahan, and Felix on the infield, Castaneda, McKiernan, and Kennedy in the outfield. 0-1 pitch. Check swing, and he is called strike 2. 0-2. Hudson Brown on deck for the Potters, hitting in the number 3 spot. The first baseman out of Olive Branch, Mississippi. 0-2 pitch to Cole. Swing and miss. So the first strikeout for Carey is Cole Eaton. 2 outs, and here is Hudson Brown, hitting at .316 with 8 runs batted in out of the University of Kentucky, who had their game rained out today or postponed till tomorrow in the College World Series. They are 1-1, looking to get to the semifinals with a win over Florida and our own Nolan McCarthy in center field. So here's Brown. Swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch again. Very effective at 78 right there by Sean Carey, and he's ahead in the count 0-1. Jake Tandy to follow if Brown can start something here in the first. That breaking ball just inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hudson from Olive Branch, Mississippi, which is in the running for best hometown in the history of the Potters. Breaking ball misses again inside, up against the defending champ, I think, is Gas City, Indiana, from the great Nolan Young several years back. There have been other good ones as well. Those two kind of stick with me, though. That's a line drive into right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Kennedy gets over, cuts it off, but Brown's got himself a solid single. Potters have a hit and a base runner, and that will bring up Jake Tandy, as Hudson got all over that one for the solid single to right. Tandy hitting at .509 on the season, 27 of 53. He has 3 home runs. He has 26 runs batted in. And he's up here with 2 outs and Brown over at first against Sean Carey. That is in there for a called strike. 0-1 on Jake out of West Sacramento, California, UOP, University of the Pacific. Hit right back up the middle. That is into center field for a base hit. Brown's going to stick at second. Picked up by McKiernan out there. As Tandy does it again, just reaches out and pokes it right back up the middle. 2 hits. So 2 base runners after 2 outs for both teams, and this time it's the Potters with first and second, and J.T. Walden coming to the plate. J.T. coming up here hitting .387 with 3 home runs and 21 driven in. Left-handed hitter out of Folsom Lake College. Left-hander against left-hander. JT takes outside. Rivera keeps him from going back to the backstop. So the Potters trying to do the delayed rally much the same way the Crabs did in the top of the first. Humboldt's inning ended on a called third strike. Let's see how the Potters can do here with JT. Jacob Doyle to follow. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. JT laid out that one at the last minute. It was called a strike anyway, and he was not happy. He actually grimaced on that one. A perceptible grimace by J.T. Walden. Swings and fouls that one off. Another off-speed pitch. 1-2. Brown at second. Tandy over at first. A 1 ball, 2 strike count on the number 5 hitter, the DH, J.T. Walden. Oh, there's Piper. Piper's hanging out. Didn't even see Piper get introduced or anything. That's in the dirt, gets away. Rivera blocks it, but it gets behind him and moving up are Brown and Tandy. A wild pitch puts both runners in scoring position for J.T. Walden. Now a 2 ball, 2 strike count. See that Piper wearing a Lincoln Potters hat. Usually you don't see Piper with a hat. It's a new look. Yeah, it's a large hat to cover the peacock head, sure. But he's doing his thing on a Tuesday, welcoming people coming back from the bar for 2 for Tuesday. Walden pops it up left side, coming after Castaneda in left field. He's got a long way to go, and that is, God, what a play. What a play by the third baseman, Felix, who went back and didn't look like he had an idea where it was and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So Potters get 2 on. They're retired without harm. We go to the top of the 2nd. Potters nothing, Crabs nothing. All right, let's keep it here for the top of the second inning. Perez goes out to throw his warm-up tosses. Both teams threatening in the first inning. Both teams with 2 runners on after 2 were out. Potters, a little bit of tougher threat. They got the runners at second and third, and then Walden dropped one down. It looked like it was going to be a perfect positioning because Castaneda couldn't get there, but Felix running back from third base with a tremendous catch and saving 2 runs for his pitcher, Sean Carey. Offensively, the Crabs come up with 6, 7, and 8. That's Troy Harding, Ethan Rivera, and Ty Kennedy against Perez, who had a strikeout, gave up a walk, and gave up a base hit in the first inning. Harding at 345 is out of Sac State. He is the DH in tonight's game. And he will be our first hitter as the throw goes down from Andrew Sloan to second base. 2 for Tuesday out here at McBean Stadium. Loomis Basin Brewery is the guilty party, so to speak. They are making it happen down at the Brick and Barrel Backyard Beer Garden down the first baseline. We've got canned beer down the third baseline, but they've also got the little setup down there with the tables and the TV. First pitch is high and inside to Troy. 1 ball and no strikes. Good crowd out here on a Tuesday. Checking out the league play. That's a hard hit ball in the left field for a base hit by Harding. Right to the right of shortstop Hassani Johnson. Not anything Hassani could do. It was hit too hard, and Troy Harding is down at first base. Second hit for the Crabs. Then I'll bring up Ethan Rivera, the catcher. Out of Cal State San Marcos, the number 7 hitter Rivera, 222 with 4 runs batted in. Steps in against Perez. Harding leading at first base. Breaking balls hit weakly into the hole. Backhanded by Johnson. He has no throw. And beating it out is Rivera, who, to his credit, is not a real quick runner. Probably doesn't get a lot of infield hits, but he put that perfectly between Tandy and Johnson, and there was nothing Hassani could do. He could have tried to throw the ball on the run, but odds are it might have gotten away at first base. So first and second, nobody out, and here's Ty Kennedy, the right fielder out of Central Arizona. He is your dueling dogs batter today, I believe, which means if he strikes out, half off dueling dogs products for the rest of the inning, and plus it's already half off. It's a 2 for Tuesday, so you'll be drinking pretty good if Perez can get Kennedy on strikes here, but as far as the Potters are concerned, you want to get him any way you can. He's going to bunt, and the pitch is outside. Michael McKiernan, the number 9 hitter on deck. First and second, Harding single, Rivera single. 3 hits now for the Crabs. Kennedy shows bunt again, bunts it back behind the catcher, which is not what you want to do. So he wasn't really giving himself up. It's called a sacrifice. He wasn't really giving himself up. He was kind of trying to do a bunt and run there, and it didn't work out. Still just 1 ball and 1 strike, and he's going to look down at his third base coach and see what's in the cards for this pitch from Perez. Kennedy out in right field for the Crabs, batting in the number 8 spot. See if he shows bunt again as Tandy comes in at third. He does show bunt. He brings it back, and that's in there for a strike. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes, and we've been worried about the bunt and not thinking about the strikeout, and we're 2/3 of the way there. And we can have 2 ways to get to half off if strike 3 can cross the plate. Perez checking out Andrew Sloan. Let's see if they still have the bunt on. I've seen it happen. Breaking ball's fouled back to the screen. No bunt at all. Preston Brook taking over the retrieval job from Thebe. 1-2, and the dogs begin to barking as Perez gets a sign from Andrew Sloan. That's fouled away again down the first base line. over by the Potters dugout. Looks like Zach Chamiso, who's newly rejoined the team, was out there trying to haul that one in. He did not do it, but he's a Lincoln guy, so he gets a little bit of slack. One, two. High with a fastball. 89 from Perez. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch coming up. Nobody out here in the second. Breaking ball swung on and missed. And that's good for Thirsty fans. It's also good for Potter fans because it's 1 out and still 2 on, and Michael McKernan's going to be the hitter. But half off your Dueling Dogs, half off your Loomis Basin. So everybody just get up, get down there, and make it work for you. McKernan out of Fresno State, 1 for 9 on the season. Has 3 runs batted in, though. And he's up here with runners at first and second. And 1 out. That's in the dirt, picked it up, and thinking about going down to third was Harding, but then he saw Sloan kept it in front of him, so Troy went back with some haste to second base. And Price said, I'm going to clean up the plate. Maybe that's why that ball missed. I couldn't see the plate. 1 ball, no strikes on McKiernan. Playing out in center field for the Crabs. That's it sharply to the left of third, off the glove of the third baseman Tandy into short left field. They probably could have sent Harding, but didn't see the ball maybe get off the glove of Tandy. Everybody is going to be safe. The bases will be loaded. And Jet Ruby is the hitter. Going to call that an error. First error of the game for the Potters. It does load the bases, and Jet Ruby, who flied to center, is up here with a chance to do some damage early on in this one, in the top of the second. Harding at third, Rivera at second, and now McKiernan at first. 1 out. Potters hoping for that double play ball. It is in there for a strike to Ruby. 0-1. Jet out of Fresno State. Came in at .391. Has 4 runs batted in. Hits out sharply to the right of first. To second. Now throw the ball away at second base. 1 run has already scored. Everybody else is going to hold on. So another error for the Potters as Brown, trying to get the double play going to second, bounced the throw into Hassani Johnson. Harding scores. Ruby will get an RBI. Everybody moves up. Second error for the Potters in the inning. Still bases loaded, 1 run in. And Colin Callahan, who grounded to second his first time up, will be the batter. He watches a breaking ball hit the outside corner for a strike. (0-1) on Callahan from Westmont College. 222 coming in. Swing and a miss and an outside breaking ball. Callahan 9 games played, 8 for 36 coming in. Does have 4 RBI. And he's 0-2 here. With Billy Ham on deck, a 400 hitter's already 1 for 1 in this ballgame. Perez delivers. In the dirt, nice block, Andrew Sloan. Keeping Rivera down at third. Not a lot of speed in Rivera down at third, so have to get away pretty far probably for him to give it a try. 2 hits, 2 errors, and a run for this inning so far. Crabs lead at 1-0. One, 2 coming up. Hits that out to left field. It might drop down the left field line, giving chase. It's in there. 1 run scores. Here comes the second one. The throw will be cut off. 2-run score. It's an RBI, a 2-run single for Callahan and a 3-0 score in favor of the Crabs. Perfect position down the left field line, and great read by McKiernan, who saw that was going to drop right away and scored on the heels of Rivera. Moving to second is Ruby. Now at first, McKiernan. Here's Billy Ham, who singled his first time up. 424 with 8 runs batted in for Billy. And 1 for 1 in this one. He's out of Nevada Reno. Left-handed hitting first baseman. Placement there just as much as hitting the ball well, as that one was dropped right in left field. High for a ball. So Callahan now with 6 runs batted in on the season. And it's a 3-run inning for the Crabs. And they may not be done with runs at first and second. And Ham and Felix to follow. Right down the middle for a strike. At 88 from Perez. Big lead at first base by Callahan, not being held on. Breaking ball's popped up. I believe it's in foul territory. Sloan makes the play. So big out right there. 2 outs here in the second inning, and here's Javier Felix, who walked his first time up, the third baseman. 4 home runs, 19 batted in on the season, 385 average. Cal State Monterey Bay. Be the 8th batter to hit here in the second inning for the Humboldt Crabs, who put 3 hits on the board, 3 runs, aided by 2 Potter's errors. That one's fouled away, back off the screen. So it's quickly 0-1 as Perez hit 90 with that fastball. Castaneda to follow. He would be the 9th man to hit in this inning for the Humboldt Crabs. Looking for their first win in Pacific Empire League play ever. 0-1 coming up. It's a big chopper out to short. Johnson's going to wait for it and then try to gun it across the diamond. Scooped up by Brown at first base for the out. 3 runs on 3 hits and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second. Crabs on top, 3-0.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Bottom of the second inning, Potters trailing at 3-0. Piper with the mascot race between innings, as is customary out here at McBean Stadium. Piper just plain lost that race, no problem. But the first 6 runners beat him, but then he turned into a third base coach and started waving the other 2 around to beat them also. So, I don't know, he could have got a 7th. He did not get a 7th. He got a 9th. And that's kind of like, I think he's pretty happy doing that. As far as, you know, he's not looking out to better himself. He's trying to make other people better. I think that's exactly what Piper's doing. Humanitarian is the way I would describe him, as a Peacock. And well done, Piper the Peacock, on that one. And well done for the Crabs fans, as they have scored 3 runs in the top of the second, aided by a couple of Potter errors. And Jacob Doyle will start us off. He'll be followed by Asani Johnson and Cole Dillon. That is 6, 7, and 8 for the Potters, who had 2 on in the bottom of the first, and a good defensive play by Felix at third base. Robbed J.T. Walden and kept the Potters off the board. So here's Jacob Doyle. 385 for Jacob Doyle out of Nevada Reno. Comes from Sparks, Nevada, and he has 3 home runs, and he has 12 runs batted in on the summer. And he steps up here against Sean Carey, the left-hander who gave up the 2 hits in the first inning, but kept the Potters off the board. From the stretch, first pitch is in the dirt. Ethan Rivera behind the plate, and he's going to have to chase. No, don't make Ethan chase that one himself. Come on, somebody get that. Thank you very much, person from the dugout. He's a catcher. He does a lot of work. You need to conserve his energy. 1-0 on Jacob Doyle. Inside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Casey hit 87 on that pass ball that had a lot of movement on it against Doyle. Chops that one down to third base. Felix has it. Takes his time across the diamond, and I don't think he got him. No, he did not. Doyle beats it out. So Doyle with an infield hit on a ball that Felix, I don't think he took an excessive amount of time on it. He kind of set himself, but Jacob got down there quickly. That's hit number 3 for the Potters. Here's Hassani Johnson, the switch hitter. Shortstop out of Franklin High School down in Elk Grove and University of Louisiana Monroe, batting at .357. Hitting right-handed against the left-hander Sean Carey with Doyle over at first base. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's a ball. Doyle was out there a pretty long way. I think if Rivera comes up throwing, that might have been a close play at first base. Cole Dillon batting in the 8th spot, the left fielder on deck. And then Andrew Sloan for the Potters, who trailed this one 3-0 bottom of the second on a nice night for baseball out here at McBean Stadium. Swing and a miss that time, no show of bunt by Johnson. Felix is going to back up a couple steps over at third base. Hassani looked down at Mike Levinier, the third base coach. Tyler Malone over at first. Good lead by Doyle at first base. See if Carey wants to go over there. He does not. The runner's going. The bunt is laid down, and Carey gets it with a bare hand. That's a beautiful play by the pitcher. He'll get credit for a sacrifice. But a beautiful play by Carey. That was a do-or-die play. So with 1 out and runner on second, Cole Dillon will be the hitter. The left-hander may be good that he was left-handed. He used the bare hand to go down there and get that one from Johnson, who put it maybe, 6 inches too close to him. So here's Dillon at 261 on the summer out of Rockwall, Texas. Watches that one go outside, 1-0. Andrew Sloan on deck. I thought Carey, if he would have gone over to first, could have had Doyle easily because Jacob was going right away. Dillon hits that ball high in the air to right center field, giving chase is Kennedy. Still giving chase. That ball is going to bounce, I think, into the screen. I think that should be ground rule double, I believe. Stopping scoring eventually is Jacob Doyle scores. It's a ground rule double for Cole Dillon, and the Potters have their first run of the game, and it's now 3-1. Ground rule double means a double. That means in and out double doubles. So Potters have 4 hits now. They have their first run across the plate. That might have been the best ball Cole's hit all summer. He ripped that one into right center field, took 1 hop up against the screen over the fence out there over the Lund sign. And here's Andrew Sloan, who's hitting .208 with 4 runs batted in out of Carmichael, California, and UOP. Hits a chopper down the third baseline. Willie, give him the double doubles. Come on, brother. You got to do it. Willie's got a very involved giveaway that has to do with double plays and doubles or something. I don't know. Has to do with double doubles. It's a great giveaway. It's a great promotion. Willie's just got to pull the trigger and say, take it. Hit well by Sloan into left field. Castellanos moving over. He reaches up, and he has it at the fence. That was an excellent catch. Tagging at second and sliding into third is Cole Dillon. Boy, Sloan hit that ball well, but good play by Castaneda in left field to get out there right in front of the fence and make the catch. So a couple of excellent defensive plays for the Crabs as opposed to the couple of errors that the Potters made in the top inning. So Humboldt leads at 3-1, but the Potters with a runner on third, and we go to the top of the order with J.R. Freethy. JR popped to first base on a nice play by Ham over there. Billy Ham with a good play by the Potters dugout to retire JR in the bottom of the first inning. Takes a fastball. It's in there for a strike at 87. So it does. The promotion does happen. Yes, nice. Now Willie has to find the right promotional copy to read. He's got a lot of things he's got to do over there. Carey's going to step off the rubber to give Willie a chance to find his copy. And he does. Willie says thanks. He's a good man. Outside for a ball quickly. One ball, one strike now on JR. Swing and a miss in that one. Stayed outside, tailed away from Freethy, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes off the Rockland native out of Nevada Reno. Potters have scored once in this inning. A couple of good defensive plays by the Crabs, or they would have scored more. And it's 1-2 on JR. Fouls that one back to the screen. Stays 1-2. Cole Dillon down at third, picked up the RBI double, scoring Jacob Doyle, who started the inning just legging out a ground ball to third base for a hit. Outside, 2-2 now on JR. Little cowbell action down in front of us. Tuesday's a good night for cowbells. And this is a good night, good crowd out here. The word got around Pacific Empire League, 2 for Tuesday, et cetera, et cetera. Swing and a miss. Herrera's going to have to pick that one up and retire him on the throw, and he doesn't. The ball's misplayed at first base, and the Potters are going to score a run. Dillon will score, and just when we were singing the praises of the defense, Rivera had that one bounce away from him, had to pick it up, and then as he went to throw it, JR was moving down the line, and so the ball on a hop to Ham, and Billy couldn't handle it, so it's 3-2 now. No RBI for Freethy. Obviously an unearned run. Go over to first base, and JR is back as Cole Eaton, who struck out his first time up, steps in. So Potter spotted the Crabs 3 in the top of the inning. They've come back with 2 of their own here in the bottom. Teams have combined for 3 errors in the inning. Takes a fastball on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1 on Cole. Out of Elkhorn, Nebraska and the University of Tennessee. Chopper down to third. That's a fair ball. Felix across the diamond again. This time he didn't get him. Ball gets out of the glove at first base, and going to third is J.R. Freethy. I have to get a ruling on that one. I think it probably is going to have to be an error because if the throw gets through, I think it's going to have to be on the third baseman since the ball took a hop on the way to first. So we're going to have an error assessed. So 2 errors by both teams in this inning. And the coach is going to talk to the pitcher and say, dude, it's not your fault, okay? It's all good. Don't worry about it. Good job by Eden hustling that one out. Freethy ends up at third base, so JR's over there. Cole's at first. Hudson Brown, who singled last time, is the play. And the Potters, as unlikely as it may have seemed a couple of minutes ago, are in a position to perhaps take the lead or tie the game and maybe take the lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Everybody kind of gives everybody else a pat on the back for the Crabs. Kind of pulled together, all for one kind of thing. Rivera stays out there a little bit longer to talk to Sean Carey, who's given up 4 hits but also been victimized by a couple of errors and also made an excellent defensive play himself earlier in the inning on the Sonny Johnson bunt. So Hudson Brown lined a single to right field back in the first inning. He is stepping up here. 8 runs batted in on the season for Hudson. When I say season, I mean the games the Potters have played, which is, I think, 17 coming into tonight. And Hudson hasn't played all of them, so, maybe 13 games, something like that. There's a long shot to right field. Going back, looking up, forget about it. Hudson Brown, 3-run home run. The Potters lead it 5-3. That one was a little time coming for Hudson. He's been swinging a really good bat lately, hitting the ball on the barrel a lot. Did so in the first inning. That one was just the same swing. Got the ball up a little bit. No doubter over the dueling dog sign in right field. And the Potters have put five runs up on the board here in the second, and they lead 5-3, and Jake Tandy will be the hitter. 2 for 2 with 3 runs batted in for Mr. Hudson Brown. 391 feet on that one. Thank you, Carson. Carson, the intern, trying to get out of that number 2 intern spot he's on. Lauren is taking over at number 1. And Carson, quick with the info on that home run. Tandy lines that ball into right center field for a base hit past the second baseman. Jake rounds first. He looks at second. He's going to stay at first. So Tandy is 2 for 2, of course. 6 hits now for the Potters, and here's J.T. Walden, who was robbed of a hit by a great play by Javier Felix, his first time up. So Brown's home run, 391 feet. ND, I call that, no doubt. You don't need a distance on a no doubter. I mean, you do, just because it's better theater and stuff. So Tandy at first base. JT takes a strike, 0-1. JT came in at 387 with 3 home runs. That is Hudson Brown's first home run of the season. He now has 11 runs batted in. 0-1 on JT. Over to first base. Tandy gets back. Jake, a little unnecessary head first dive, I thought that time, as he was only like 3 feet off the base. You're not even getting dirty anymore. In the old days, we want to get dirty. Activity in the bullpen for the Crabs as Walden takes down low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tandy at first base. Walden hits a chopper to the right of second base. Handled, flipped to second for the force. Nice play by Ruby out there to get the force. But the Potters score 5 times. We go to the top of the third. They lead it 5-3.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number 1. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Out $100 bills, and it kills and it thrills like the horns on my Silverado grill. And I buy the bar double round.
Very busy second inning gives way to the third inning. Adon Perez out on the mound, and now he has a 5-3 lead as the Crabs scored 3. The Potters come back with 5, both aided by a pair of errors by the opposition. So earned runs, I don't know where to get a mathematician in there to figure that one out. But we're going to have Victor Castaneda start us off in the top of the third. Troy Harding will follow him. Ethan Rivera will follow him. That's the first 3 we'll have up here. Victor struck out looking his first time up back in the first inning. Left-handed hitter out of Cal San Marcos made a nice running catch out in left field to Rob Andrew Sloan in the second inning. So here's our first pitch. Perez's fastball outside, and we are underway top of the third, 1-0. 391-foot home run by Hudson Brown, the highlight of that bottom of the second for the Potters. That one is in there for a strike, 1-1. Perez at 89 on that last one. Swing and a miss. Took something off that one. Took a lot off that one. Get down to 79. And it's 1-2 on Castaneda. He came in at 325. Has 3 home runs and 10 runs batted in for the Humboldt Crabs. We're about 10 games into their schedule. Outside for a ball, 2-2. They opened up the first weekend in June against the San Francisco Seals and took 2 out of 3 in that one. 2 well-pitched games in games 1 and 3, and then a slugfest. Seals won 17-13 in game 2. 2-2 inside, ball 3. We think it's Bryce Stockton who has been loosening up, and now they might have even another guy loosening up for the Crabs. They are on a 6-game trip as they'll take on Healdsburg after the 3 here in Lincoln. That's ball 4. So got a couple strikes on Castaneda. He waits it out. That's the second walk given up by Perez. And that'll bring up Troy Harding, who wrapped a single to left his first time up. Troy is the designated hitter out of Sac State in this one. Checks down to his third base coach, who says, well, you got a hit last time. Why don't you try doing that again? It's not rocket science. Most rocket scientists I met can't play baseball that well. I'm just saying. Fastball is down low, 1-0. I'm sure there's a rocket science team in the local softball, the NASA League or something like that. I'm sure they do well. Played the astronauts and stuff. I'm sure they have some pretty cool teams there. The mathematicians, the rocket scientists, the astronauts, the ground crew. Good league. Fastball in there for a strike. I would go watch that league. I bet they have really cool uniforms. One team has to dress in spacesuits. They have to, and not the astronauts. 1-1 on Harding. Rivera to follow. Castaneda at first base. Third inning. There's a chopper right back to the mound. He's going to go to second, and it gets away from Johnson at second base. And this is continuing on both teams as Perez delivered it low, but Johnson couldn't make the catch. And we're going to have an error on Johnson. Third error for the Potters. Harding is at first. That's a fielder's choice for Troy. So first and second, and here's Rivera. So the ball was not in the ground, on the ground, so the error, I have to give the error to the shortstop on that one. And here's Rivera, who had an infield single his first time up. Let's see if he is sacrificing. He looks like he has tried to and fouled it off. He had a slow roller right between Freethy and Johnson. Perfect position and legged it out at first base. Later came around to score on the 2-run single by Callahan. So 0-1, looks down at his third base coach to get his instructions. Kennedy to follow, and then McKernan, 8 and 9 hitters in the order for the Crabs, who got up 3-0, got down 5-3, and now are trying to get back up again. Shows bunt, bunts it right back to the pitcher. Perez is going to go to first, throws it in the dirt, but it's scooped up over there by J.R. Freethy. It's like nobody can throw today, but it's a sacrifice. Rivera does his job, and here's Ty Kennedy, the dueling dogs batter, who accommodated everybody and struck out last time, but the Crabs still scored 2 runs in the inning after that. So actually 3 runs in the inning, so it didn't really work out so well. Robertson's going to go out and talk to Perez. I did not see anybody warming up for the Potters, but it's down the right field line, so maybe they're just going to talk strategy here with Kennedy, hitting at 192 out of Central Arizona, then McKernan, who's hitting at 111 out of Fresno State. Going to talk to his infield, trying to get both coaches, I think, have had a quote-unquote come-to-Jesus talk with their infields in the first 3 innings of this game. So it's league play. It's different. It's a little different, Throws are a little more tight, your shoulders gets a little tight, stuff like that. More riding on the game. And now we got dogs barking at poor Ty Kennedy, who said, I didn't ask for becoming whatever the dueling dogs batter is, but if he does strike out again, we'll have 2 different half-off beer specials, and that's really all Lincoln cares about, and I respect them for that. Because he got the dueling dogs 2 for Tuesday. It's 2 for Tuesday anyway. Tomorrow it'll be Wine Wednesday. So Humboldt came at the right time. There's a high fly ball right center field. See if we can get over there. It's a nice try in center. Did he get it? Yes, he did. What a play by Eaton. Going to have a sacrifice fly, but Cole Eaton with a fantastic catch in right center field to probably rob the Crabs of 2 more runs. Castaneda will score. Did they call him for taking off early from third? So that means Which runner did he? Was it the runner from third or the runner from second? Okay, so that run may still score then, because the out was recorded after the guy crossed the plate. So I'll have to get a ruling from the umpire. And the first base coach, the manager's out there talking to the umpire. I have to think probably from his reaction, he's not going to allow the run to score, because usually they'll turn around and signal the run score, and I did not see him do that. So we're going to have to make sure that we know if he scored it or not. So the runner at second base, taking off for third, which was Harding. So we're going to take a break and figure this out and come back. We're going to the bottom of the third. The score either 5-3 or 5-4 in favor of the Potters.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old man knocked on my front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had 'em by the collar, said he caught 'em.
Bottom of the third here from McBean Stadium. We are going with no run scoring at the top of the third there. That's the consensus here in the booth with Jason and Jordan and Nia and Carson and everybody. We all discussed it, kicked it back and forth, decided the run did not score. So Doyle will start us off in the bottom of the third. He started off the bottom of the second with an infield single, and he swings and misses at Carey's first pitch right there for a strike. He's followed by Johnson and Dillon in what has been a crazy game already. Swing and miss again by Doyle. This is Pacific Empire League play. Sign me up, I guess. Errors, craziness, leaving early, arguments, home runs. Wow. 0-2 on Jacob. Came in at 385. Line drive right field. That's going to get down in front of the left fielder, Castaneda, and make Doyle 2 for 2 with that single to left. That is 7 hits now for the Potters, and Carey had only given up 8 hits in his first 9 innings of work this year. And he will face Hassani Johnson, who sacrificed his first time up, almost beat it out. A great play by Carey, barehanded it, flipped it to first and got him by a step. So let's see if Johnson does it again. Hassani, a switch hitter, batting right-handed out of Franklin High down in Elk Grove. Doyle gets a big lead at first. Johnson does not show bunt. 1-0. One ball, no strikes on Johnson. University of Louisiana Monroe for Hassani. See if Doyle goes again like he did last time. Not that time, swung on and missed. Just 81 from Carey as he pulled the string on Hassani Johnson. Cole Dillon to follow. He had the big RBI double back in the second inning. Line drive, base hit, left field. Castaneda is going to come up and scoop that one up. Doyle is going to ease into second base. 2 quick hits for the Potters here in the third. They have 8, and here's Cole Dillon. Cole with an RBI double, scored a run back in the second inning. Came in at 261. Out of Rockwall, Texas. Nobody out here for the Potters. He's going to look down to Coach Mike Lavigne at third base and see if perhaps the Potters are going to put something on. They don't usually bunt. Potters aren't big bunters. But you never know. Personnel changes. He does show bunt. He bunts at it and he fouls it. So 0-1 on Cole Dillon. That one might have got a piece of Ethan Rivera as the umpire takes a new ball out to the pitcher. So they are allowing the run. We talked to the Grand Poobah, whoever's in charge, and I thought it was allowed, but then I thought it was going to be allowed. But then I was kind of talked out of it, but then I didn't see the umpire make the move to allow the run. So it's 5-4 then. That's a good-looking pitch. Misses for a ball. So that means that the run scores. So the RBI will go to Kennedy. Hit the ball well. Eaton, what a beautiful catch. That's what gets lost a little bit, is what a catch. Fastball in there for a strike that Cole Eaton made in right center field. So we've had 5 errors in the game, but we've also had some great defensive plays as well on both sides. 1-2. Popped up. So Dillon stays alive. Andrew Sloan on deck. He was robbed back in the second inning by one of those great plays by Castaneda in left field. Potters lead at 5-3, but no lead is safe in this game. We have seen that already. A lot going on out here at McBean Stadium. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Great block by Rivera. Gave up the body for that one. Logan Bell warming up for the Potters in their bullpen. Maybe that's why he wasn't on retrieving foul ball duty, huh? Chris Toy, huh? Chris Toy? Perhaps? Yeah, I'm always thinking. Not always about the game, but always thinking, and that's good. Yeah. Jordan Georgeson also up here, the famed columnist for Gold Country Media. In the dirt again, and that one's going to get away. And the Potters now with runners at second and third after the wild pitch. And a 3-ball, 2-strike count on Cole Dillon. Still just the bottom of the third inning here. Sean Carey, the left-hander from Sac State, on the mound against Cole Dillon. Outfield straightaway and deep. Grounder first base way. Second baseman's going to have it. That's Ruby. He'll go to first, but the run will score, and the Potters take a 6-4 lead on an RBI ground out by Dillon. His second RBI of the day. Doyle scores. Moving to third is Johnson. 1 out, runner at third base, and here's Andrew Sloan, who flied deep to left field his first time up. A great running catch by Castaneda in front of the Astros sign out there. Andrew takes high and outside the fastball at 87 from Carey. Sonny Johnson down the line from third. Sloan takes that one in the dirt. 2-0. Top of the order, that's J.R. Freethy about to make another appearance. Would be the third time in 3 innings for the leadoff man. 2-0 on Andrew. Infield is in for the Crabs. Swings at a breaking ball, doesn't get it. Man, took a tremendous swing, but to no avail. 2-1. Right-handed hitter out of Carmichael, California. Chopper out to shortstop. Here comes Johnson to the plate to throw, and he is out at the plate. Callahan with the throw to Rivera, who made the tag on Asani Johnson, who is not convinced of the accuracy of that decision. But to give credit to the Crabs for an excellent defensive play, it's a fielder's choice for Sloan. Johnson is out, shortstop to catcher, so 2 outs. And here's J.R. Freethy, Sloan at first base. J.R. has struck out and reached base on the strikeout, and he's also popped to first base. Fastball, inside corner, strike, 0-1. It's Don from the parking lot Potters, just kind of checking out the area, making sure everybody's where they're supposed to be, which is what the parking lot Potters do. JR, check swing. It is, let's see if they ask help. Nope, 1-1. One and one against J.R. Freethy. Pops it up right side. Right fielder Kennedy's going to come in and make the catch with a little hop out there. So the Potters score once in the third. We go to the top of the fourth. Potters lead this one 6-4. Top of the fourth inning from McBean Stadium. Mark the Phantom Low here with you, along with Chris Toy, the engineer. Willie Preston doing the PA duties. The interns working hard today. Carson and Jason. Also, Nia is around. She's just around, taking pictures and just taking pictures, compromising. Not really compromising pictures, just pictures of embarrassing pictures, I think, so she can use that later. Matt Lundgren is visiting Willie Preston now. So we got a lot going on up here, a lot going on the field, as it's a 6-4 ball game. A lot of hits, a lot of errors. We got a home run. We got controversial calls. We got all kinds of things going on. But right now we got Adon Perez back out there for his fourth inning of work. He's given it 3 runs on 4 hits. And I believe 2 of the runs were unearned. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of errors weaved in there. And again, I'm not a mathematician nor a statistician. But we'll start off with Michael McKiernan. He reached on an error back in the second inning, and he scored, and he takes a strike. Out of Fresno State University, 111 on the season. 3 runs batted in, though. He's followed by Jet Ruby and Colin Callahan. Breaking ball's popped up. Hopefully it'll stay in the field. It's going to be tough, and Brown says, nah, don't think so. Lands amongst the large crowd out here checking out Pacific Empire League action on a Tuesday night, on a 2 for Tuesday. And again, yes, Wine Wednesday tomorrow, so don't worry if you come out tomorrow. You'll have your chance to get some discounted alcohol, I guess we just call it. Just call it beverages. Let's just call it beverages. Yeah, beverages is better. Breaking ball's popped out of play again, so it's 0-2 on McKiernan. Playing in center field tonight for the Humboldt Crabs. Coming out, taking on the Potters for 3, then moving on up to Healdsburg to take on the Prune Packers for 3, so starting their league season off right. 0-2. In the dirt, 1-2. Perez has walked 2, struck out 2. One 2 pitch gets away. Inside low, 2-2. Top of the fourth inning. See if we can track down some scores from around the Pacific Empire League. Fastball just misses outside, 3-2. Chopper down to third. Tandy waits for it. He has it. Jake across the diamond. A strong throw, and he got him by a half step at first base. Fine play by Tandy for the first out here in the fourth, and that'll bring up Jet Ruby. The leadoff man flied to center in the first, and an RBI fielder's choice back in the second inning. So he's driven in 1. Hit a ground ball down to first base with the bases loaded and tried to go double play to second. The ball was thrown away at second base. So Ruby does get credit for the RBI. It's a fielder's choice and an error, and Ruby takes down low for a ball. Jet out of Fresno State University, 391 on the summer, coming in today with 4, now 5 runs batted in on the season. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Perez. Fastball misses. 2-0. Very pleasant night out here for the first of 3 against the Crabs. Tomorrow 6:30, Thursday 6:30. 6:35 actually. In there for a strike, but you want to get out here at 6:30 because you'll do the ceremonial first pitch, and then we'll introduce all the lineups, and then we got the kids go out for the Field of Dreams, and the players run out. And great point right there, Chris Toy. Big chopper over the mound. It's a tough play for Johnson. And Shorty has it, goes to first, and not in time. He takes him off the bag, and what a try by Brown at first base, but it's an infield single for Jet Ruby. And that will be hit number 5 for the Crabs, and bring up Colin Callahan, who grounded to second in the first, but then had a 2-run single in the second. So he is 1 for 2 with a couple of runs batted in. Oh, yes. 82 feels like 79. Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, little wind, little breeze out here. So Ruby at first base, 1 out, and Callahan at the plate out of Westmont College. That's a good reminder, though, Chris Toy. As the first pitch from Perez. It's lined out to center field. Eaton's going to have to give ground. Still going back, reaches up and makes the catch, running away from home plate. And a well-hit ball by Callahan. But the second out here in the 4th inning, with Ruby still at first base, brings up Billy Ham, who is singled and popped out to the catcher. So Billy is 1 for 2. If you get here at 5:30, gates open at 5:30, happy hour up till 6:35. So if I say first pitch 6:30, I'm taking 5 minutes off a happy hour right there. You can't do that. Not in this town, mister. Not in Placer County. So Ham at 4:24 swings and fouls that one at the plate. So it's 0-1 on Billy. He's the first baseman out of UNR, followed by Javier Felix in the batting order for the Crabs. Pretty good lead over at first base by Ruby. Let's see if he tries to take off. I'm calling it. He doesn't. Fastball on the corner. Call strike 2. Oh, and 2. Perez checks the runner. He goes. No, he bluffs. There's a high fly ball to center. Coming in this time is Eaton. He's got a beat on it. And that is the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Potters still on top, 6-4.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Bottom of the 4th inning. Potters lead at 6-4. We got a new pitcher on the mound. The right-hander is Bryce Stockton. He'll take over for Sean Carey, who was 3 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs. I don't know how. Not very many of them were earned. He struck out 1, and I don't think Sean walked anybody. So Bryce Stockton will take over here in the bottom of the 4th with the Potters leading at 6-4, and he'll face 2, 3, and 4. That's Cole Eaton, Hudson Brown, and Jake Tandy for the Potters. Stockton with his warm-up tosses. See, I think it looks like, this is his 4th appearance. He has started 1 game. 7 innings pitched, 12 hits. 1 loss record, 0-0. And an ERA of 12.85 for Stockton. So he comes in here to take on the Potters. His last outing was on. So 1-0 on Cole Eaton, who was struck out and reached on an error. So he is 0 for 2, came in at 305 with 13 runs batted in. Breaking ball. Catches the outside corner on one of the great framing jobs I've ever seen. 1-2 now, as Rivera is a magician behind the plate.